Welcome to the journey of becoming an ISO 14971 to 2019 Risk Management Auditor. This course is presented by CDG Training, your global partner in medical device audit excellence. Welcome to CDG Training, where we guide you through the most respected audit specializations in the medical device industry. With global reach and expert guidance, we ensure you receive the best training possible. In the next 60 minutes, you'll gain the skills needed to plan, conduct, document, and lead audits of medical device risk management systems. This course is designed to prepare you for every stage of the audit process. The demand for skilled auditors is growing rapidly due to new regulations and product launches. From 18,000 auditors in 2020 to a projected 42,000 by 2026, the opportunities are vast and rewarding. This course is tailored for professionals like internal auditors, regulatory inspectors, and consultants. Whether you're new or experienced, you'll gain practical, audit-ready skills. An ISO 14971 to 2019 auditor evaluates a manufacturer's risk management system. This involves examining documents, interviewing personnel, and gathering evidence to ensure compliance. While practitioners build systems, auditors evaluate them. This course emphasizes the importance of being independent, objective, and evidence-driven in every audit. Risk management audits come in four major types: internal, supplier, certification, and regulatory inspections. Mastering all four is essential for effective audits across the industry. Modern auditors must be fluent in multiple standards like ISO 14971 to 2019 and IEC 62304. Proficiency in these frameworks is what sets a competent auditor apart. ISO 14971 audits are recognized worldwide, ensuring compliance across multiple markets. This global credential opens doors in the US, EU, Japan, and beyond. A skilled auditor uses a structured toolkit to plan and execute audits. From audit checklists to software dashboards, these tools are essential for thorough and objective auditing. Outstanding auditors possess qualities like courage, integrity, and attention to detail. These traits help them deliver defensible findings and build lasting reputations. Every audit follows a structured lifecycle with phases like planning, execution, and reporting. Mastering each phase ensures consistent and defensible results. Auditors rely on evidence, not opinions. Every finding must be supported by objective evidence, ensuring credible and defensible auditing practices. Auditors carry significant responsibility, ensuring confidentiality, fair treatment, and unbiased reporting. These principles are non-negotiable for every certified auditor. Poor auditing can lead to dangerous defects and recalls. Certified expert auditors significantly reduce these risks, ensuring safety and compliance. Certified auditors enjoy stronger career opportunities and higher salaries. Certification opens doors to leadership roles and global markets. Auditors follow a structured format for reporting, transforming findings into actionable improvements. This standard defines your credibility as an auditor. Modern auditing is evolving with trends like remote audits and AI-driven reviews. Staying ahead of these trends is crucial for future success in the field. Consider a newly promoted lead auditor at a cardiac device manufacturer. Their structured approach demonstrates the value of professional practice learned in this course. New auditors often make predictable mistakes like accepting weak evidence or sampling too narrowly. This course helps you avoid these pitfalls and build a strong foundation. Becoming a certified ISO 14971 risk management auditor opens global opportunities and enhances professional credibility. CDG Training is here to support your journey to success. In this chapter, we delve into the global audit landscape, focusing on the expectations of FDA, EU MDR, MDSAP, and notified bodies. This training is designed to help you master the authorities behind modern auditing. Join us as we explore the worldwide authorities, frameworks, and audit programs that shape medical device risk management. Discover who audits, why they audit, and what they expect. Medical device manufacturers operate across regions, and auditors need to understand how each authority interprets ISO standards. We'll explore how regional nuances impact compliance. The global audit landscape is shaped by 5 key forces: the US FDA, EU notified bodies, MDSAP, Japan's PMDA, and emerging authorities like China's NMPA and Brazil's Anvisa. The FDA is a major player, inspecting under 21 CFR Part 820 and the QMSR, aligned with ISO 13485. Our training emphasizes risk management in design controls, CAPA, and complaint handling. FDA inspections come in 3 types: pre-approval, routine surveillance, and for cause. Each type varies in scope and impact, ensuring compliance and safety. FDA inspectors issue Form 483 observations during inspections, which may lead to warning letters. These documents are crucial as they can affect a company's reputation and market standing. Under EU MDR 2017-745, notified bodies are authorized auditors conducting certification, surveillance, and unannounced inspections to ensure ongoing compliance with ISO standards. Notified bodies conduct audits every 3 to 5 years, including surveillance and unannounced audits. Each audit reviews ISO compliance and risk management documentation. The Medical Device Single Audit Program unifies audits across 5 regulatory markets, reducing the burden for global manufacturers by using one methodology. MDSAP employs a structured audit model with integrated risk requirements, ensuring ISO 13485 is embedded throughout the quality system, connecting every process. Japan's PMDA conducts rigorous inspections for domestic and foreign manufacturers. Key review areas include risk management files, design history, and post-market surveillance. Emerging authorities in China, Brazil, India, and Saudi Arabia are becoming more active and rigorous, expanding oversight and audit programs to ensure compliance. While ISO 13485 is a universal standard, interpretations vary by region. Auditors must focus on regional nuances to ensure compliance without a one-size-fits-all approach. Audits can be scheduled, routine, or event-driven. Understanding triggers like recalls, complaints, and supplier issues helps prepare for audits and maintain compliance. Audits can be announced or unannounced, with hybrid options balancing preparation and surprise. Each type requires different strategies to ensure readiness. A professional, respectful, and independent relationship is key. Auditors must remain objective and constructive, ensuring findings are credible and culturally sensitive. Manufacturers often face multiple audits from various regulators. Coordinating these audits efficiently can reduce duplication and maintain compliance across markets. Consider a multinational manufacturer undergoing various audits in a year. Coordination across facilities in different countries is crucial for maintaining compliance. New auditors can make critical errors that weaken credibility. Avoiding common mistakes like confusing regions or using outdated knowledge is essential for success. Modern auditors need a diverse skill set, including technical expertise, regulatory fluency, cultural awareness, and digital tools, to navigate the global audit landscape. Mastering the global audit landscape makes you a credible professional, equipped to handle various authorities, frameworks, and audit formats with confidence. Welcome to Chapter 3, where we delve into the essential skills, standards, and ethics that define a true auditor. This chapter is presented by CDG Training, focusing on ISO 14971 to 2019 and risk management auditing. In this chapter, we explore the competencies, qualifications, and ethical principles that define a credible ISO 14971 to 2019 risk management auditor. Before any audit can be planned, the auditor themselves must meet rigorous personal and professional standards. A risk management audit can either protect patients or fail them, and the difference often comes down to auditor competency. Strong competency ensures objective, evidence-based, defensible findings, while weak competency can lead to critical oversights. Auditor competency rests on 4 pillars: education, work experience, audit training, and demonstrated skills. These pillars ensure that auditors are fully prepared and continuously refreshed in their capabilities. Most authorities require auditors to hold a recognized degree or equivalent qualification. This educational foundation is crucial for understanding the multidisciplinary nature of medical device risk management. Beyond education, auditors must accumulate practical experience in the medical device industry. Real-world hours are essential for developing the expertise needed for effective auditing. Auditors must complete formal audit training covering ISO 14971 to 2019 and ISO 19011 guidelines. Structured learning pathways ensure auditors are well versed in the necessary standards and practices. Theoretical knowledge alone is not enough. Auditors must demonstrate practical skills through observed, independent, and supervised audits to build genuine capability. Competent auditors must demonstrate knowledge across multiple technical domains. This breadth of knowledge is crucial for adapting to the diverse challenges of each audit. Top auditors excel in communication, active listening, conflict management, and cultural sensitivity. These soft skills are essential for navigating the complexities of auditing environments. ISO 19011 provides global guidance on auditing management systems, including auditor competence and evaluation. Every ISO 14971 auditor must be familiar with these standards to ensure effective auditing. ISO 19011 defines 7 principles that govern professional auditor behavior. These principles form the ethical foundation of every credible audit. Integrity means auditors must act honestly, even when findings are uncomfortable or inconvenient. Compromising integrity can lead to a loss of professional credibility. Auditors gain access to sensitive information and must maintain strict confidentiality to protect proprietary data and relationships. Auditors must be free from any influence that could compromise their judgment. Proper declaration of conflicts of interest is essential to maintain objectivity. Auditors must exercise diligence, thoroughness, and sound professional judgment in every audit activity. This means doing the work properly, even when no one is watching. Standards evolve, and auditors must engage in continuous professional development to maintain their credentials and stay updated with industry changes. Auditor competency is regularly evaluated through performance reviews and feedback. This ongoing assessment ensures auditors maintain high standards of practice. Auditors most often lose credentials due to inadequate continuing education or breaches of confidentiality. Ongoing commitment to professional conduct is essential. Consider a biomedical engineer who advanced from a junior internal auditor to a lead auditor. This journey exemplifies the structured competency framework taught in CDG training's curriculum. Every auditor should maintain a competency portfolio, documenting education, training, and audit logs. This portfolio is vital for career advancement and credibility. Becoming a respected ISO 14971 to 2019 auditor is about embodying high standards of skill, ethics, and professional behavior. Build your competence with discipline and live your code of conduct with conviction. Welcome to Chapter 4, Audit Planning and Preparation, where we focus on building a risk-based audit strategy. This chapter is designed to help you plan smart, audit strong, and find what truly matters. In this chapter, you'll learn how to plan and prepare for ISO 14971 to 2019 audits with precision. Careful planning, smart sampling, and a risk-based strategy are key to success. Preparation is crucial in auditing. A well-planned audit saves time, reduces stress, and improves findings. Industry data shows thorough planning significantly enhances audit accuracy. Audit planning involves 5 sequential phases. Each phase builds on the last, ensuring no critical compliance gaps are overlooked before the audit begins. Initiating the audit sets the professional tone. It involves appointing the audit team leader and confirming the audit's feasibility and initial contact with the auditee. Defining clear audit objectives is essential. Each objective shapes the audit's character, from compliance verification to improvement identification. Audit scope must specify what is included. CDG training emphasizes that vague scope statements are the largest cause of disputes between auditors and auditees. Risk-based audit strategy focuses on high-risk areas to maximize audit value. This approach ensures effective use of limited time and resources. Before arriving on site, auditors must review key documents. This pre-audit review helps focus efforts and prevents wasted time during the audit. Building the audit team requires matching expertise to the audit's complexity. A diverse team ensures a comprehensive audit process. The audit plan document outlines objectives, scope, and team assignments. Sharing this plan in advance maximizes productivity and reduces friction. Developing the audit schedule involves planning meetings and reviews. A realistic timeline prevents rushed evidence gathering and ensures thoroughness. An audit checklist translates requirements into specific questions and observations. It guides the auditor's professional judgment without restricting it. Auditors must sample intelligently, choosing the right records to examine. Each sampling method has strengths depending on audit objectives and time. Determining sample size depends on population size and risk level. High-risk areas require larger samples to ensure safety and accuracy. Preparing working documents involves creating a complete toolkit for the audit. Modern auditors use digital tools to consolidate information efficiently. Confirming audit logistics is crucial to avoid delays. Site access, facilities, and special requirements must be arranged well in advance. Cultural and language preparation is vital for international audits. Understanding local customs and communication styles prevents missteps. A practical example of planning a notified body audit shows the structured preparation needed for success. This scenario highlights the importance of thorough planning. Recognizing common planning mistakes is the first step to avoiding them. Issues like vague objectives and weak sampling can undermine the audit process. The auditor's pre-audit checklist ensures all preparation milestones are complete. This checklist prevents surprises and ensures readiness for the audit. Strong audit planning transforms an audit into a powerful tool for improvement. Invest time in preparation to uncover what matters most. In this chapter, we delve into the critical role of risk management policy and top management's commitment. Presented by CDG Training, this session focuses on auditing the tone from the top, essential for effective leadership and risk management. Welcome to Chapter 5, where you'll learn how to audit the foundation of risk management systems. This chapter equips auditors to evaluate not just documents, but the genuine organizational culture that drives compliance from the executive level downward. A weak risk management policy or disengaged leadership can lead to deeper cultural issues. The real foundation is leadership culture and commitment, which supports compliance and drives the organization forward. ISO 14971-2019 mandates the establishment of a risk management policy, allocation of resources, assignment of qualified personnel, and periodic reviews. These are crucial for maintaining effective risk management. The first task is to obtain and review the formal risk management policy. It must be documented, signed by top management, and communicated to employees, ensuring alignment with company and regulatory commitments. A compliant policy includes commitment to ISO 14971, an acceptability framework, benefit risk decisions, communication principles, and continuous improvement. Missing any of these elements is an immediate audit finding. Policies filled with aspirations but lacking actionable substance are red flags. Look for specific commitments, defined escalation paths, and measurable safety goals. Empty marketing language is not enough. Auditors must verify that the policy is approved by the highest level of management. Acceptable signatories include the CEO or managing director, ensuring accountability and alignment with ISO 14971-2019. Strong policies require strong resources. Auditors must ensure the company has allocated sufficient personnel, budget, and tools to execute risk management effectively, identifying any resource gaps. Auditors examine the organizational chart to confirm risk management has appropriate authority and independence. A strong structure supports effective risk management and addresses potential weaknesses. ISO 14971-2019 requires qualified risk management personnel through education, training, and experience. Auditors verify competency records, training certificates, and job descriptions to ensure understanding. Top management must periodically review the risk management process. Auditors examine the frequency, attendance, and actions of these reviews to ensure continued effectiveness and compliance. Effective management reviews must consider key risk management inputs and performance data. Auditors flag reviews that omit required topics or appear superficial, ensuring comprehensive evaluations. Organizations conduct management reviews quarterly or semi-annually. Ad hoc reviews are triggered by recalls or major complaints, while annual reviews signal disengagement and raise auditor concern. Auditors need concrete evidence of leadership commitment, not verbal assurances. This includes signed meeting minutes, decision logs, and action item closures, demonstrating executive involvement. Skilled auditors interviewed top management to assess their understanding of risk management. Interviews often reveal more than documents alone, providing insights into genuine commitment and understanding. Effective interview questions probe leadership's understanding of risk management. They assess funding, decision-making, escalation processes, and how post-market signals shape executive thinking. Common audit findings include outdated policies and weak records. These patterns point to systemic issues in governance and resourcing, highlighting areas for improvement and engagement. A real-life example of a Class 3 implant manufacturer shows how leadership gaps and inadequate risk management can trigger major nonconformities, emphasizing the importance of thorough audits. Document leadership findings with precision, linking each to relevant ISO clauses. Provide clear evidence, recommended actions, and acknowledge the auditee's response to ensure clarity and accountability. Auditing requires confidence, clarity, and professionalism. Deliver findings firmly, acknowledge strengths, and invite dialogue to focus on improvement without embarrassment, fostering a constructive environment. Auditing top management and the risk management policy sets the tone for the entire system. Strong leadership creates resilient processes, while weak leadership weakens everything below it. Welcome to Chapter 6, where we delve into auditing the risk management plan and its acceptability criteria. This session is presented by CDG Training, focusing on the blueprint that guides every risk decision. In this chapter, you'll learn how to audit the risk management plan and the criteria that govern risk decisions throughout a device's lifecycle. After leadership review, the plan is the next foundational document an auditor must examine. The risk management plan is crucial for hazard analysis, control measures, and post-market activity. A weak plan creates vulnerabilities, while a strong plan supports audit-ready records. Clause 4.4 of ISO 14971-2019 mandates the plan to define scope, responsibilities, review requirements, and more. All 6 elements must be verified through objective evidence. The first audit step is to confirm that a documented, approved, and current plan exists for the specific device under audit. This ensures the plan is valid and relevant. Auditors verify that the plan clearly defines the device, variants, accessories, intended uses, and lifecycle phases covered. Overly broad scope statements are a frequent audit finding. The plan must specify roles for each risk management activity. Auditors must verify that these roles are qualified, employed, and aware of their assigned responsibilities. Acceptability criteria define the threshold between acceptable and unacceptable risks. Auditors must confirm these criteria were established before risk analysis began and are documented and unchanged. Strong acceptability criteria are grounded in regulatory expectations, standards, state-of-the-art, and similar device histories. Auditors verify these sources to ensure criteria validity. Many manufacturers use the ALARP principle for risk management. Auditors must verify documented justification for ALARP decisions, ensuring they align with industry practice. The plan must be reviewed and updated as needed. Auditors check whether reviews occurred at planned intervals and if changes were triggered by design or regulatory updates. Each risk control must have a clear verification method and documented evidence. Auditors ensure that verification occurred and is properly recorded. The plan must define how post-production information will be collected and fed back into risk management. Auditors check whether these procedures are functional, not just theoretical. Auditors compare planned activities with actual performance to confirm that reviews happened, tasks were completed by the right people, and verification steps were done as specified. Sample multiple plans across product families to spot systemic patterns, prioritize risk, and confirm corrections. Auditing at least 3 plans helps to spot systemic patterns. Frequent findings include vague scope statements, missing justifications, and outdated versions. These patterns are common across products and post-market procedures. Auditors interview plan authors to confirm real understanding of the plan. Genuine ownership is shown when authors explain key thresholds and reveal major design decisions. Targeted questions help confirm understanding of thresholds, approvals, updates, verification, and feedback loops. These questions probe real understanding and compliance. Consider an auditor examining a glucose monitor manufacturer in Korea. Critical gaps, such as outdated criteria and former employees, trigger a major nonconformity. Findings should be specific, evidence-based, and linked directly to ISO 14971-2019 clauses. This ensures clarity and defensibility in audit reports. Strong audits are prepared, comparative, interview-based, and traceable. Pre-audit reviews, random sampling, and full version history checks are essential practices. In this chapter, we delve into the critical process of auditing intended use, indications, and foreseeable misuse documentation, ensuring devices are used as intended. Welcome to Chapter 7, where you'll explore how to audit the documentation that defines a medical device's intended use, indications, and foreseeable misuse. This stage is crucial as it shapes every downstream risk decision. A device's use is defined within its intended boundaries. Skipping this section means losing the reference point for hazards, controls, and clinical claims, making it foundational to risk management. ISO 14971-2019 mandates manufacturers to document 6 core use elements. Auditors must ensure these are complete, current, and aligned with labeling and clinical evidence. The intended use statement must be documented and consistent across risk management, regulatory submissions, and labeling. Any mismatch is an immediate audit finding. A robust intended use statement defines what the device does, who it's for, who uses it, where it's used, and for how long, covering all essential aspects auditors look for. Indications must be precise and supported by clinical evidence, consistent with labeling, and aligned with regulatory approvals. Any mismatch can lead to formal audit findings. Contraindications define where a device must not be used. They must be documented, justified, and traceable to specific hazards in the risk file. The risk file must identify intended users and verify their training, qualifications, and language assumptions, ensuring they are documented and realistic. The intended environment must be clearly defined and verified for key conditions like temperature, humidity, and lighting, ensuring safe device operation. Foreseeable misuse includes predictable unintended use. Auditors must confirm each scenario is documented, controlled, and supported by usability data. Foreseeable misuse is unintentional and predictable, requiring risk controls, while abnormal use is intentional and reckless. Misclassification is a critical audit finding. ISO 14971 auditors must cross-reference IEC 62366-1 usability engineering evidence, ensuring all studies are conducted and linked to foreseeable misuse scenarios. Auditors must verify that all documentation is consistent across the risk management file, technical documentation, and regulatory submissions. Inconsistencies are immediate audit findings. Used documentation must be updated and re-reviewed when designs change. Auditors should confirm updates are tracked in change history and linked to revised risk analyses. Sample use documentation across various devices and scenarios, focusing on recently launched devices, new indications, and devices with known issues. Auditors often find overly broad intended use statements, missing foreseeable misuse scenarios, inconsistencies across documents, and missing contraindications. Interviews with key stakeholders confirm intended use boundaries, clinical rationale, regulatory consistency, and misuse scenarios, providing real-world insights. A notified body audit of a home-use insulin pump reveals major gaps in marketing, misuse scenarios, and usability evidence, highlighting real-world audit challenges. Findings should cite relevant ISO clauses, describe gaps, and provide objective evidence. Proper documentation supports the audit process and strengthens findings. Top auditors focus on practices that reveal gaps beyond paperwork, such as cross-checking marketing materials, conducting interviews, and reviewing complaint patterns. By auditing use boundaries, we can reveal the true safety of medical devices, ensuring they are used as intended and risks are minimized. In Chapter 8, we delve into the critical process of auditing hazard identification and hazardous situation records, ensuring that every possible source of harm has been thoroughly verified. Welcome to the hazard audit stage, where we explore how auditors ensure that hazard identification records capture every conceivable source of harm, from electrical and biological risks to cybersecurity threats. Unidentified hazards can lead to significant risks. It's crucial to identify every potential hazard to prevent unforeseen issues from arising. ISO 14971-2019 outlines the standard requirements for hazard identification, emphasizing the need to identify known and foreseeable hazards, covering both normal and fault conditions. The hazard chain consists of 3 stages: hazard, hazardous situation, and harm. Auditors must ensure all stages are thoroughly mapped according to ISO 14971-2019. Effective hazard identification draws from multiple sources, including internal complaints, field service reports, and scientific literature, to ensure comprehensive coverage. The hazard log is a central inventory of identified hazards. Auditors must verify its accuracy and ensure it is updated with new information from post-market surveillance. Cybersecurity is a critical frontier in hazard auditing. Auditors must verify that threat modeling covers potential attacks and vulnerabilities in connected medical devices. Foreseeable misuse can create significant hazards. Auditors must ensure these are documented and managed, with controls like calibration reminders and clear labeling. Auditors ensure manufacturers have mapped the sequence of events from hazard to harm, verifying each step from initiating event to hazardous situation. Auditors must evaluate both single fault and combined fault scenarios, ensuring realistic combinations of failures are considered in the hazard analysis. Post-market surveillance is crucial for updating hazard logs. Auditors must ensure these logs reflect new patterns and information to maintain compliance. A risk-based sampling strategy focuses audit efforts on high-risk devices and significant post-market signals, ensuring efficient and effective hazard audits. Common global findings include incomplete hazard categories and missing cybersecurity entries. Auditors must address these recurring issues to improve safety. Interviews with design engineers, clinical specialists, and software architects are vital for verifying the thoroughness of hazard identification and understanding potential gaps. A case study of a robotic surgical system audit reveals gaps in cybersecurity and foreseeable misuse, highlighting the importance of comprehensive hazard logs. Strong findings are defensible and actionable. Auditors must cite specific clauses, exact log entries, and direct interview quotes to support their conclusions. Top auditors enhance findings by cross-checking logs, challenging cybersecurity coverage, and verifying update history, ensuring robust and reliable hazard audits. Thorough hazard auditing is essential for patient protection. Auditors must challenge completeness, verify the full chain, and confirm updates to safeguard against risks. Welcome to Chapter 9, where we delve into the methodologies for auditing risk estimation and evaluation. This chapter is crucial for understanding how risks are measured and judged. In this chapter, you'll learn how to audit the estimation and evaluation of risks by manufacturers. It's a demanding process that requires verifying both the numbers and the reasoning behind each risk score. Risk estimation is key in controlling hazards. Errors can cascade through the risk file, affecting various factors. Auditors must closely review this section to understand the impact of estimation errors. ISO 14971-2019 requires manufacturers to estimate risks by combining the probability of harm and its severity. Auditors must verify the methodology, justification, and traceability behind every estimate. Manufacturers may use numerical or qualitative methods for risk estimation. Auditors must ensure the method fits the device, is justified in writing, and applied consistently across hazardous situations. Severity scales must be clearly defined, usually across 5 levels from negligible to catastrophic. Each level needs precise descriptions to ensure consistent and independent scoring. Probability scales should be clearly defined, with levels ranging from frequent to improbable. Each level must map to a numeric range to ensure accurate classification. A risk matrix combines severity and probability into one risk score. Auditors must verify its documentation and application, ensuring risks are categorized into green, yellow, or red zones. Probability estimates should come from clear sources. Auditors must verify that every estimate is referenced, ensuring transparency and accuracy in the risk assessment process. Severity ratings rely on clinical literature, specialist opinion, and patient vulnerability. Auditors must verify these sources are clinically justified and not assigned arbitrarily. Auditors must verify probability estimates for both single fault and combined fault scenarios. Understanding these patterns is crucial for accurate risk estimation. For new devices, manufacturers rely on expert panels, simulation models, and studies to estimate risk. Conservative assumptions and stronger controls are essential in these cases. Every estimate has uncertainty. Auditors must verify that uncertainty handling is transparent and consistent, ensuring robust documentation of confidence levels. Risk evaluation compares each estimated risk against criteria to decide its acceptability. Auditors must ensure decisions follow the risk management plan, not retrospective changes. For ALARP risks, auditors must verify cost-benefit analysis, technical feasibility, and state-of-the-art comparison. Proper documentation is essential for compliance. Every probability and severity rating needs documented support. Auditors must verify traceability from raw data to the final verdict, ensuring comprehensive documentation. CDG training recommends sampling at least 15 to 20 estimation entries to find systemic patterns. This helps identify high severity and recently changed entries. Frequent audit findings include vague severity definitions and unsupported probability scores. These weaken the credibility of the risk file and are high-priority audit areas. An FDA inspection revealed discrepancies in a manufacturer's risk estimation. This example shows why external database checks are essential in every estimation audit. Audit findings must meet specific clauses of ISO 14971-2019. Clear documentation turns observations into evidence, strengthening the audit's challenge. Top auditors cross-check internal estimates against compliant databases and request methodology documents. These practices reveal weaknesses and strengthen audit findings. Risk estimation is where engineering meets clinical judgment. Audits often reveal a manufacturer's true analytical rigor. Mastering this stage is vital for strengthening risk management decisions. Welcome to Chapter 10, where we delve into auditing risk control measures and understanding the hierarchy of controls. This chapter is crucial for ensuring that controls effectively reduce risk. In this introduction, you'll learn how to audit risk controls, verify the control hierarchy, and identify weak documentation. These skills are vital for improving patient safety outcomes. Control audits are essential because they transform paperwork into real-world safety measures. Unverified controls can lead to recalls and patient harm, highlighting the need for thorough audits. ISO 14971-2019 demands a detailed approach to risk control, requiring auditors to verify each requirement individually. This ensures comprehensive risk management. Auditors must confirm the correct order of control levels, inherent safety by design, protective measures, and information for safety. This hierarchy is key to effective risk management. Inherent safety involves removing hazards at the source through redesign or substitution. Auditors must ensure these options were genuinely explored before other measures. Protective measures are the second line of defense. Auditors must verify their effectiveness under foreseeable conditions, ensuring they are tested and documented. Information for safety includes manuals and alerts. Auditors must ensure this information is clear, well-placed, and usability tested to effectively communicate risks. Auditors must verify that each control was tested and validated to confirm risk reduction. Unverified controls are not acceptable and must be flagged immediately. New risks can emerge from changes in controls. Auditors must identify and manage these risks to maintain safety and effectiveness. Controls must be consistently implemented across all devices. Auditors should check for consistency in design and process to prevent failures. Software-based controls require rigorous auditing, including development validation and protection against unauthorized changes, to ensure safety and compliance. Cybersecurity is crucial for connected devices. Auditors must verify threat modeling, penetration testing, and encryption to protect against cyber threats. Traceability links each control to its hazard and verification. Broken traceability can invalidate the control chain, making it a critical audit focus. Risk-based sampling focuses on high-risk areas to make the most of limited audit time, ensuring that significant gaps are identified and addressed. Welcome to Chapter 11, where we delve into the critical process of auditing benefit risk analysis and overall residual risk decisions. This chapter is essential for verifying the strategic judgments that justify every device on the market. In this chapter, you'll learn how to audit the most crucial sections of any risk management file, focusing on benefit risk analysis and overall residual risk evaluation. These sections are vital for justifying a device's existence on the market and are heavily scrutinized by regulatory bodies. Benefit risk and residual risk decisions are the final justification for placing a device on the market. Auditors must scrutinize the reasoning and evidence behind these decisions, as weak justification can undermine the entire risk management system. ISO 14971-2019 requires manufacturers to perform benefit risk analysis and document residual risks. Auditors must ensure that both trigger points have been addressed before market release. Manufacturers may use structured frameworks like the FDA Benefit Risk Framework or IMDRF methodology. Auditors must verify that the chosen methodology is documented, justified, and consistently applied across the device portfolio. Auditors must ensure that medical benefits are documented and quantified, supported by clinical evidence. Unsupported claims are a common audit finding under EU MDR. Benefit risk arguments must be based on credible, traceable clinical data. Auditors must ensure that all benefit claims are anchored in documented clinical sources, not assumptions or marketing materials. ISO 14971-2019 expects manufacturers to consider patient perspectives in benefit-risk decisions. Auditors must verify that patient input was genuinely incorporated, not just symbolically referenced. Modern benefit-risk analysis must consider alternative treatments. Auditors must verify that comparisons are anchored in objective clinical data, as missing comparative analysis is a frequent audit nonconformity. Beyond individual residual risks, auditors must verify the methodology used to evaluate overall residual risk. This includes summary matrices, fault tree synthesis, and expert clinical panel evaluations. Manufacturers must address how individual risks interact to create larger hazards. Failure to document risk interaction analysis is a critical audit gap under ISO 14971-2019. Overall residual risk evaluation must include clinical experts who can interpret data in the context of disease severity and patient vulnerability. Auditors must verify that clinical reviewers were involved and their input documented. Transparency is mandatory. Manufacturers must disclose significant residual risks to users through labels, instructions, and informed consent documents, ensuring information is complete and accessible. The conclusion of overall residual risk evaluation requires formal sign-off from top management. Auditors must verify executive signatures, dates of approval, and evidence linking the sign-off to specific benefit-risk analysis. Benefit-risk balance can shift over time as new data emerges. Auditors must verify that reassessment triggers are clearly defined in the manufacturer's risk management procedure. Auditors typically sample benefit risk and overall residual risk decisions across the highest risk devices. Strategic decisions require strategic auditing to ensure compliance and safety. Frequent findings include overstated benefits, weak evidence, and missing patient perspectives. Recognizing these patterns helps auditors identify systemic weaknesses in risk management. Auditors interview clinical reviewers, executives, and patient advocacy representatives to understand the reasoning behind benefit-risk decisions. Rehearsed answers can signal predetermined conclusions. Consider a real-life audit of a pediatric cochlear implant manufacturer. The audit uncovered major nonconformities, highlighting the importance of structured strategic audit pathways. Audit findings must reference specific clauses of ISO 14971-2019 and include detailed documentation. Strong documentation strengthens audit conclusions and supports regulatory compliance. Top auditors challenge benefit claims against literature, request comparative analyses, and verify clinical reviewer qualifications. These practices strengthen audit findings and ensure compliance. Benefit risk and residual risk decisions are strategic conclusions that justify a device's place in the market. Mastering this stage ensures you deliver audit findings that genuinely protect patients and strengthen trust in medical devices worldwide. ISO 14971-2019 mandates that the risk management file must contain or reference all core risk activities. Every section must be traceable and current, ensuring comprehensive documentation. Well-organized files reflect well-managed risk programs. Auditors check for consistent structure across products, ensuring that any qualified person can find evidence quickly. Every document in the file must follow strict document control, including version numbers and change history. Auditors verify this through the company's electronic quality management system. Risk management files must connect to design history files and other documentation. Auditors verify these connections to ensure comprehensive risk management. Closing the lifecycle loop involves ensuring post-market surveillance data is integrated into the risk management file, signaling robust lifecycle thinking. Regulators require records to be retained for the device's lifecycle plus additional years. Auditors ensure compliance with these retention and archival standards. Modern audits apply ALCOA plus data integrity principles, ensuring that risk management records meet these standards in both digital and hybrid systems. Frequent findings include incomplete traceability and missing signatures. These issues often lead to regulatory and legal risks, highlighting the need for auditor attention. Skilled auditors interview document control specialists to verify their understanding of the system, ensuring genuine system ownership and compliance. Consider an FDA inspector auditing an insulin patch pump manufacturer. The audit reveals critical findings, emphasizing the importance of structured file audits. Findings must reference specific clauses of ISO 14971-2019, transforming them into objective evidence that strengthens the audit report. Top auditors test traceability bidirectionally and validate cross-system linkages. These practices ensure documentation weaknesses are identified and addressed. The risk management file is the living memory of every safety decision. Audit traceability rigorously and verify systematically to protect the end user and ensure compliance. Welcome to Chapter 13, where we delve into auditing production and post-market surveillance activities. This chapter is crucial for verifying real-world safety after manufacturing and launch. In this chapter, you'll explore how to audit production and post-market surveillance activities. From factory environments to real-world scenarios, learn how manufacturers continue to listen, learn, and respond. Real-world use reveals new patterns and risks, from rare hazards to unexpected misuse and emerging threats. Auditors play a key role in ensuring manufacturers actively monitor and respond. ISO 14971-2019 requires manufacturers to collect, analyze, and respond to production and post-production information. Auditors must verify systems in place and evidence of their use, beyond just paperwork. Even well-designed devices can become unsafe due to manufacturing variations. Identifying, controlling, and monitoring these risks is essential to ensure safety and quality. Auditors must verify that critical production processes are validated. While validated processes ensure quality, unvalidated ones introduce hidden risks. Statistical process control is vital. Unstable processes indicate underlying quality risks that must be addressed through formal investigations and corrective actions. Modern devices rely on global supply chains. Auditors must verify supplier qualifications and risk-based supplier categorization to prevent recalls and ensure safety. Post-production data is gathered from various sources, including customer complaints and regulatory databases. Auditors must ensure comprehensive data collection for effective surveillance. Customer complaints are crucial for risk assessment. A poorly handled complaint can signal larger systemic issues, making effective complaint handling essential. Serious adverse events must be reported to regulators within strict timelines. Delays or missed reports can lead to severe consequences, emphasizing the importance of timely reporting. Manufacturers use data analysis to identify emerging patterns. Auditors must ensure that these signals are functional and actionable, not just reports. Auditors must ensure that post-market data leads to necessary updates in risk management files. Frozen files indicate weak lifecycle management and need immediate attention. Field safety corrective actions must be timely and well documented. Global coordination and verification are crucial when post-market data indicates a serious issue. Periodic safety update reports are essential for summarizing complaint trends and risk assessments. Auditors must ensure these reports are timely and accurate. Cybersecurity surveillance is mandatory for connected medical devices. Continuous monitoring and reporting of vulnerabilities are essential to protect device integrity. Risk-based sampling focuses audits on the most critical areas. This strategy ensures that audits target the most severe surveillance areas effectively. Common findings like passive complaint handling and weak supplier oversight can lead to global recalls. Auditors must address these issues to prevent widespread problems. A practical example of a ventilator manufacturer highlights the importance of addressing signals and updating risk files to prevent nonconformity. Strong documentation is key. It transforms surveillance observations into actionable insights, ensuring compliance with ISO standards and regulatory requirements. Cross-referencing data and verifying signal detection are crucial practices. These strengthen audit findings and ensure comprehensive safety evaluations. Effective audit surveillance protects patients by verifying that systems are responsive and risks are managed. This ensures that manufacturers are finding and addressing problems. Welcome to Chapter 14, where we delve into writing audit findings, addressing nonconformities, and crafting effective audit reports. Presented by CDG Training, this chapter is all about turning evidence into action through powerful reporting. In this chapter, you'll learn how to translate audit observations into clear, defensible findings, classify nonconformities, and produce professional reports that drive real organizational change. Let's explore how effective reporting can communicate findings efficiently. A well-crafted audit report is the legacy of the audit process, influencing decisions and actions long after the audit team leaves. It sets the entire improvement cycle in motion, from corrective actions to system improvements. Every audit finding must include 5 key elements: requirement, evidence, gap, classification, and clause reference. These components ensure findings are clear, defensible, and not easily disputed by auditors. Understanding the classification of findings is crucial. Major, minor, and observation classifications each carry different implications for the auditee, affecting actions and consequences. Major nonconformities represent significant lapses in required processes, often delaying certification or triggering regulatory enforcement. They are the most serious findings and require immediate attention. Minor nonconformities are specific, isolated lapses that do not threaten certification but require corrective action. They highlight areas for improvement without posing immediate risks. Observations are recommendations for improvement where standards are met but enhancements are possible. They strengthen the auditor-auditee relationship by demonstrating genuine investment and improvement. Strong findings are specific, measurable, and evidence-based. Avoid vague language that lacks evidence or clarity. Instead, use precise, defensible statements that withstand audit challenges. Every finding must reference specific clauses and regulatory criteria it violates. Clause references transform opinions into objective compliance statements, anchoring findings in solid evidence. Objective evidence includes documents, records, and observations that support audit findings. Accurate evidence collection is crucial for defending findings and ensuring audit integrity. A structured report format helps auditors and regulators navigate the report easily. It includes an executive summary, objectives, findings, and recommended actions, ensuring clarity and professionalism. The executive summary captures the audit's purpose, key findings, and recommendations in a concise format. It's often the only section senior management reads, so make it impactful and clear. Audit conclusions must reflect the totality of evidence, identifying strengths and areas for improvement. Balanced conclusions prevent undermining auditor credibility and support constructive feedback. Effective audit reports recommend specific, actionable corrective actions. These recommendations help the auditee genuinely improve, ensuring the audit's findings lead to real change. Presenting findings during the closing meeting with confidence and respect is crucial. Acknowledge strengths, present evidence, and invite clarification to ensure a constructive and respectful conclusion. Auditors must stand firm on findings, especially major nonconformities, by relying on objective evidence. Professional firmness is key to handling challenges during closing meetings. Auditors must protect sensitive information about products and systems. Controlled distribution, encrypted storage, and non-disclosure agreements ensure confidentiality throughout the audit process. Consider a Class 3 implant audit report as a practical example. It includes major and minor findings, demonstrating how structured reporting can effectively communicate critical information. Avoid errors that undermine audit credibility, such as vague findings and ignored strengths. Recognizing and addressing these pitfalls is key to maintaining a strong reporting practice. Applying proven practices can transform good reports into exceptional ones. Draft findings promptly, separate facts from interpretations, and balance strengths and weaknesses for high-quality reporting. The audit report is your professional signature. By anchoring findings in evidence and presenting them with balanced professionalism, you can drive real organizational change and elevate your audit's impact. Welcome to Chapter 15, where we explore common audit pitfalls, best practices, and conclude with a certification pathway to mastering ISO 14971 to 2019 auditing. In this final chapter, we delve into common pitfalls, best practices, and the certification pathway for ISO 14971 to 2019 medical device risk management auditors. Auditing is more than compliance. It's about shaping the safety and credibility of medical devices. Mastery transforms you from a checklist follower to an audit program leader. Many auditors fail due to inadequate preparation. Thorough document review and structured agendas are key to meaningful improvement. Avoid vague findings that lack actionability. Use specific, evidence-based language to drive meaningful change. Auditors often sample too narrowly. Strong sampling involves strategic distribution and risk-based focus to uncover hidden risks. Hostility in auditing closes doors. The best auditors are evidence-driven and respectful, fostering open communication and richer findings. Without follow-up, findings solve nothing. Effective audits require verification and closure to prevent recurrence. Focus audits where they matter most. Prioritize high-risk areas to ensure patient safety and effective coverage. Top auditors verify beyond internal records, using external data to uncover discrepancies and ensure comprehensive audits. Anchor findings in facts with document references, sample sizes, and direct quotes to create actionable and undeniable reports. Auditor knowledge evolves. Continuous learning and CPD hours are essential for maintaining accuracy and career advancement. Partnership over confrontation leads to better evidence, clearer findings, and deeper improvement in audits. Leverage digital platforms and AI for enhanced evidence analysis, traceability, and remote audit capabilities. Real-world examples show how certification can transform careers, expanding roles and driving improvements across regions. The strongest auditors embody curiosity, integrity, and service, ensuring patient safety and excellence in every audit. Take the next step in your career with CDG Training's online certification, offering flexibility and global recognition. Experience a fully automated learning journey with CDG Training, from enrollment to certification, accessible globally. CDG Training certification opens doors worldwide, recognized by manufacturers, certification bodies, and regulatory consultancies. Build a sustainable audit career by avoiding common pitfalls like neglecting CPD and ignoring emerging regulations. Join CDG Training to advance your career, lead audits, and protect patients globally. Enroll today for your next big step. Becoming a certified auditor is a commitment to excellence and patient safety. Join the CDG Training community today.